Sports class. Welcome to our basketball unit shooting day. So our skill for today that you're going to be working on is shooting the ball, which I know a lot of you like to do. So let's talk about and break down the shot in a basketball game, and let's talk about the different steps involved with that, because that's what I want to see you explain to me on your Flipgrid movie. So I'm going to make sure that you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to try to get close enough where I'm still in the shot. With your basketball, so I'm right-handed, so everything that I show you is going to be right-handed. If you are left-handed, you'll just switch it, you'll do the opposite. When we shoot, the first thing we're doing is we're lining our body up towards the basket. So I'm going to pretend that the basket is here for me, okay? Just so that you can see me from the side and see what I'm doing. So my feet are lined up, my hips are pointed towards the hoop. So make sure that you mention that in your Flipgrid video. How is your body set up in relationship to the basketball hoop, okay? So my hips are pointed at the hoop. First thing I'm going to do, let's take away the basketball so you can see this, is bring up my elbow and my wrist. So when I bring my elbow up, it's about at a 90 degree. Now some people will shoot a little higher than this. Some people like to shoot higher on the head. Some people like to shoot lower. But basically, we're kind of hitting a line here with your elbow to your shoulder that's parallel to the ground. Okay, so close to a 90 degree angle from here to here. Okay, now let's talk about what your wrist is doing. So if I hold a basketball and I bring up my arm, my hips are pointing towards the hoop, I should have my wrist back so that I can just balance this basketball here without having to hold it with my other hand. I should be able to do this and it not fall off my hand. So if I'm trying to hold it here and it's going to fall off, or I'm going like this and it's going to fall off to the side, then I haven't put my wrist in the right position. So you really have to bring it back pretty far for that basketball to be able to rest there. The basketball should be in your fingertips. Okay, so it's not on the palm of my hand, all right? It's not here, it's back on my fingertips, and it's just kind of locked and loaded and ready for me to spring through. So we're here, our elbow's up, hips are pointing towards the basket, it's sitting back in my fingertips, my elbow is up, my wrist is back. That's what your dominant hand is doing, so for me that's my right hand. Now the basketball, like I said, can be in different places depending on how you prefer to shoot. I've seen some people shoot from above their head, so this basketball is up here above their forehead. On the majority of people, I would say probably shoot from here. So the basketball is kind of right straight out from my forehead or near my eyes. Now my non-dominant hand is going to come up and touch the outside of the basketball. It is only there for support. So here you're seeing it from the front. So I'm lined up, my elbow's pointed towards the hoop. Pretend that you all are the hoop. My non-dominant hand is just here on the side supporting. So if I take it away, I'm still holding the basketball. It's not tipping or falling anywhere. It's just a support to help guide it. Okay, so here it is from the side. Here it is from the front. Here it is from the other side. Now, I'll stick with this position. When I come up to shoot, my arm, my dominant arm, is going to straighten, and at the same time, my wrist is going to flick. So here, and then I'm going to follow through. This is the follow through everybody talks about. Here, up, flick, follow through. Your follow through is guiding where the ball is going. Okay, that's why it's important. So you'll see a lot of people, some of you who maybe don't know as much about basketball, play as much about basketball, or play as much basketball, you'll see someone will shoot and they'll hold that follow through. It's almost like they're wishing that it's going to go right where they want it, right? So there's a lot of truth to that. That follow through, you don't need to hold it forever, but that's really important in terms of guiding where the basketball is going to go. Okay? So if you put all this together, I'll show you from this side. So my hips are pointed towards what would be the hoop, okay? My elbow is up on my dominant hand. My wrist, it's back. The basketball is in my fingertips. My non-dominant hand is supporting on the other side. And then I'm going to go up, bend my knees, okay? Up, straighten the elbow, flick the wrist. Bend the knees, up, flick the wrist, okay? So what I want to see you do in this Flipgrid video is explain some of those steps to me. Tell me your body position, show me show me the elbow, show me what's happening with the wrist, how you're holding the ball. And then I want to see you actually bend your knees and flick your ball up, whatever you're using. So bend, flick. I need to see at least 2 of those, okay? Put it together, just like that. All right? Now, you might not have a basketball at home. I think a lot of you might, so that's awesome. But if you don't have a basketball at home, there's a whole bunch of other stuff you can use. You could use a small, let's see, I got a couple things here. A lot of you might have something along the lines of these, right? Like a small soccer ball or a small like squishy ball that you, like a stress reliever thing. Anything like this could work. You can do the same thing, you know, show me 1, 2, show me the position that you need to be in. Other things that could work, you could use your paper ball if you need to, if you absolutely need to. I know that a lot of you have a tennis ball from the tennis unit. You can use the tennis ball. It's going to be small. It might be a little awkward, but you should still be able to get a nice rotation on it, flick through on the wrist. Okay, you should still be able to do that. So use whatever you got at home. You could use a volley. It doesn't have to be a basketball. You could use a volleyball, beach ball, anything like that would be completely fine. So those are the things that I need to see from you in this Flipgrid video for your shooting skill. If you have questions, let me know.